Dr. Lou with incredibly fresh breath finding his way in. Everybody together for him to take a look at this weekend's games and maybe look back at last weekend. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Lou, let's all sing it together. Everybody together. Everybody. Well, they call him Dr. Lou. They call him Dr. Lou. Dr. Lou.
Dr. Lou, Dr. Lou, that's Dr. Lou, Dr. Lou.
The doctor will see you now.
Hello, Lou.
Guys, that's great to be back for week 2 for some college football fun. Can I get another amen?
Amen.
I tell you what, the feedback from week 1 was spectacular. After my announcement that Miss Holtz is pregnant, we heard from several midwives who couldn't wait to help. guys, from what they tell me that they heard from some other people, you guys aren't big fans of the midwife community.
No, that's not true.
Not
Lou.
true, Lou.
I wasn't here.
I'm not passionate one way or the other on that.
Well,
Don't know enough about
That's just what I heard from a friend of a friend. Guys, it's been a busy week 1 college football, and my Twitter was abuzz this weekend with stories about Auburn's ball boys. Did you hear about this guy?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Did you see his video? As Auburn receiver Melvin Ray was running a 49-yard touchdown reception, one of the team's ball boys took off down the sideline, just about beating him to the end zone. You guys saw this.
Yeah.
Well, guys, after the game, I sat down with Coach Malzahn and asked about this kid's talent, and he assured me that the coaches took notice as well. Malzahn told me, and I quote, "I'd start this kid next week at quarterback, but the problem is he's never been kicked out of another SEC school."
He's out of the gate. He's out of the gate.
Nick Marshall and Cam Newton.
That's good. That's so good.
Serious business, guys. Auburn looked dominant last week, and no doubt this has caught the attention of the selection committee, especially Alabama native Condoleezza Rice.
Oh, really?
I sat down with Condi to see how her first week was.
A lot of meetings.
Yeah, that's right. Just met with Condoleezza Rice, see how her first week was. The college football playoff selection committee. Guys, she told me that she spent a ton of time out of the office, watched a lot of football, and met with countless celebrities. Guys, apparently it's no different than being President Obama. Celebrity meetings.
Gracious.
Wow, Dr. Lou is sharp this year, isn't he?
Hey, what a sharp little sword you're casting.
That's right, guys. A sharp sword.
What is it?
A sharp sword. Guys, speaking of the college football playoff, one team that's in Condi's top 4 is the USC Trojans. And, guys, I'm sure y'all are aware of the off-the-field drama that has surrounded the program in recent weeks. As you know, USC cornerback and team captain Josh Shaw suffered a high ankle sprain just before the season started. He initially claimed, you guys know about this story.
What's wrong with his ankle?
Well, guys, I'm about to tell you that.
Okay.
He initially claimed that he injured himself. He injured himself jumping from a second-story balcony to save his nephew from drowning, but he later admitting to fabricating the whole scenario.
Sure.
And guys, now the truth is surfaced, and now I'm going to get to the punchline.
Okay.
I just like hearing you say sprain.
Yeah.
Sprained his ankle.
Now the truth has surfaced regarding Shaw's limp. Turns out he's been practicing for a long shot over 50 states tennis championship.
Look at El Bubba over there.
Guys,
Tell me.
that was for Bill Bubba.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Lou.
Dr. Lou.
Guys, USC isn't providing the only entertainment in the Pac-12. This July, the Oregon Ducks tweeted out a picture of their season tickets for 2014, and this year they include an exciting scratch and sniff feature. You guys
No, we didn't.
This is a true story. This is a true story. When you scratch the tickets, you get a whiff of Carl's Jr. hamburgers. This is I'm not lying. This is great. Yes, this is a true story.
That was a joke.
That's actually not a joke. And while this might seem bizarre, ironically, many other teams have hopped on the scratch and sniff bandwagon.
Okay.
Yeah.
The University of Alabama is actually participating. Scratch their ticket and get a good whiff of Spike 80 DF herbicide.
Trees.
Flashback to like 1994. And guys, consequently, Auburn's tickets will smell like a dead oak tree.
Okay.
Oh, that is just
Dr.
brutal.
Lou is
Just
sharp.
chop that
Wow.
tree down. Just chopped it straight down.
Lou. Insensitive Lou.
Totally insensitive, Lou. Guys, crazy enough, but the Kansas Jayhawks are on board with the scratch and sniffs as well.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, though, their tickets smell like Krispy Kreme donuts, and Charlie Weiss ate them all.
Oh, big wrong.
Ate all the tickets.
2 accents.
Sounds khakis.
Guys, other schools are getting a little more creative with the technology. When you scratch LSU's tickets, you'll be greeted with the aroma of Bourbon Street. That's right, a cocktail of cheap liquor, urine, and a sack full of crystals. Oh, a sack full of crystals.
Don't go to sleep.
Steamy.
Steamy.
Guys, guys,
Sack.
Hey,
Go ahead.
good gracious.
Sorry.
Guys, Bobby, Bobby Petrino is never one to miss out on the action.
Right.
Nope.
No, he's
So,
not.
so count Louisville in.
Oh, no.
Their tickets will smell like diesel fuel and have a unique feature where the smell will fade and then come back 7 years later. You better hang on to those tickets. Guys, both SEC teams from the state of Mississippi are participating in the promotion as well.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
When
we
you,
go.
When you scratch Ole Miss's ticket, Trina Wallace will deliver you a reluctant apology and some homemade cookies.
Reluctant apology.
Oh, goodness gracious.
That's good.
You'll get a pop on that one.
Oh yeah.
I got to get a pop for my cookies.
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Trina. We love you.
Do we? She's
Guys, you know Mississippi State is always going to try to top
sure.
the Rebels, so,
Yeah.
Sure.
so they're doing a limited edition ticket.
Okay.
Scratch these tickets and you'll smell a basement dorm room with a hint of Marlboro.
Okay.
Oh, Speedy.
Hey.
College flashback.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Not kidding at all. And guys, lastly, Steve Spurrier and my South Carolina Gamecocks won in on the action.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, despite a massive amount of hype, when you scratch the ticket, nothing ever shows up. You got to give me more on that
I like it.
You stand right there.
one. So guys, after a long opening weekend of college football,
Yes.
I was sitting there on Labor Day watching Miami and Louisville, and my eyelids started getting a little heavy.
Oh, no.
No, not a nap.
Guys, before I knew it, there I was, South Bend, Indiana, in the middle of Notre Dame Stadium, looking up at touchdown Jesus, my toes rubbing in the natural grass. Coming from the south end zone, I saw a bulldozer driven by a man in a suit and aviator glasses. In the bucket, he had artificial turf. He screamed at me, "The corporate goobs are here. Get out of the way, you old man.
Oh,
I'm here to replace your sod."
no.
I stood my ground, and I blew my whistle. Then behind me stood hundreds of tiny farmer leprechauns.
Farmer lip.
Each one of them dressed in green overalls and shimmering gold shoes, and in their hands they had tiny little shovels.
Yes.
The standoff began.
Yes.
Then 716 farmer leprechauns scampered quickly over to the bulldozer. Some jumped in the bucket and began stomping the artificial surface, while others kicked the bulldozer and drove it off the field.
Oh, yes.
Then the bulldozer fell into a hole, and the farmer leprechauns used their tiny little shovels to bury it with dirt.
Picture it.
And guys, then I woke up. And I don't know exactly what this means, but I do know that if you come after Irish tradition, we'll stomp your grass, kick your grass, and bury your grass.
Little Lou.
They had me there with the
So
leprechaun.
don't come after Irish tradition.
Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
Guys, I can't believe they're replacing the turf at Notre Dame, replacing the sod at Notre Dame with artificial turf. Just chaps my hiney.
Just makes you mad, doesn't it, Lou?
It makes me very angry.
Dr. Lou's still here. Dr. Lou's still visiting.
The doctor will see you now.
He's done his commentary. Now we look at the games, the biggie this weekend. You know, it seems like to me, Lou, that every year we seem to go through this Oregon thing where everybody tries to make Oregon the team, and they do great until they play somebody who's physical and has a good defensive line, and then it's over. Well, here we go again. Once again, everybody's picking Oregon to beat Michigan State. Everybody's put Oregon in the 4 playoffs. Do you believe in Oregon?
Guys, I gotta be honest here. I gotta say that I think the Oregon Ducks will probably have a good game, but you know these guys are 13-point favorites against Michigan State.
Yes.
They're 13-point favorites, and it's at Austin Stadium. But I'll tell you right now, I think this Michigan State defense is too much to handle for the Oregon Ducks, and I think that again they will disappoint just like Clemson and Mississippi State always disappoint.
Dr. Lou.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe I just don't know enough about them, but if I just go with my instincts based on every time they faced a good physical defensive line, they lose. So unless something has changed, I'm not buying this 13-point favorite.
I think that's a little much.
You talking about disrespect?
I think
mean,
they've got
wow.
one of the better teams they've had. They got a quarterback that's back that easily, I think, could have gone to the NFL. So them playing at home may give them a field goal advantage. But it'll be interesting to see how they match
And maybe
up.
I'm wrong. Is the hype around because of the quarterback? Did they think that's
Guys, the hype is around the uniform combination. They have about 29,000 uniform combinations, and I think that will ultimately give them the win this weekend.
We rolled to USC. It's at Stanford, another biggie. Try to find out what's going on there, Lou.
Guys, I think Matt Leinart and the USC Trojans will come to play. OJ Simpson will have a breakout game. We'll have a breakout game, and then the Stanford Cardinal will go down at home.
Wow.
All right. This one's big, Lou. Michigan.
What do you think about that one, Rick? USC.
You know what? I don't believe in USC. I think Stanford will be.
Yeah, I got Stanford. I think at home it's going to be tough.
Now, Lou, this one, you just talked about the dream, about the artificial turf, and I hate to bring it up again.
Guys, I know where you're going there. You're going to South Bend, Indiana, and guys, Michigan comes in after having had a big game against nobody, and they're all hyped up. They're all excited about going just to take the
Right, well said.
University of Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And guys, I tell you right now that we will come to play. Brady Quinn will have his best game of the year.
Right.
He'll throw the ball down there. Rocky Bismail will score touchdowns, and then we'll win this football game.
How do you like Virginia Tech at Ohio State?
Guys, I'm going to say too much hokey.
You think Ohio State's going down?
Guys, to be honest, I gotta say it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough without a quarterback. It's gonna be tough for Ohio State without that quarterback.
Surely they got more help.
Guys, they struggled last week against Navy, and I think that it's a sign of things to come this year.
I tell you one,
Well
I
said.
think that you better keep your eye on as far as the upset is BYU going to Texas. Texas is in trouble.
Guys, I don't.
Quarterback's out.
Oh, really?
I gotta say
Well
that
said.
I think that this is gonna be one of the better games of the week. But I'm gonna say the Longhorns, because they got that new coach Charlie Strong. I think it's gonna be a great game. I think Texas wins the game.
So you think Charlie Strong's going to get this thing turned
I
around?
think he'll get it turned around as just like Taylor Burgess over there at UAB.
That's so good.
Guys, he's turned this thing around, and guys, I'm thinking the Speedy versus Greg Bowl this weekend. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Mississippi State. If Dak Prescott does not play, you better watch out. We got a little upset alert here.
No, what? No, he's
got
not,
a what now?
He's not playing.
Upset alert.
Little upset alert.
He's not playing.
He's a little beat up. I think.
I don't know. I'm hearing reports that he might not, which that's news. To
Had
me.
something going this week in practice. I believe may sideline him. If it was an SEC school, he could probably go, but they're really watching him. Consider it's UAB, which I think is a slap in the face to UAB. But I mean, that's me talking. That's not Mississippi State.
But rightfully so.
Correct.
I mean, UAB is going to have to prove that people look at them differently.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
He'll be on the sidelines in pads. He may play. He may start. But rumor is he's had a little injury this week.
I'll say this: if UAB can hang in that game for the first half, you better watch out because this team's physical. This team's they're well coached, and you guys, you just never know in college football field.
So apparently he hurt his foot at practice. I don't know, but now
not a practice injury.
Not that though.
They say that he's slated to play, but he did hurt himself.
Not a huge matchup, even though this is not a pushover, but just because of the horrible start. Can South Carolina climb out of the hole and get back out there and not get caught looking on East Carolina?
Guys, the Gamecocks will rebound. With Marcus Lattimore returning to the lineup this week, it should be great. They're also with Jadavion was hurt last week, I think, and so I think Jadavion Clowney will come back. He'll dominate the offensive line for the East Carolina.
No, he wasn't hurt. He was jiving around with his cell phone.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to be in that 3-4 again that Coach Berry likes so well.
How about that 3-4?
How'd y'all like our 3-4?
I've watched that clip about 8 times this week.
So really, those are the biggest games. Is there who's your top 4 right now, Lou?
Guys, in my top 4, I think I've got the Arkansas Razorbacks. They look good. They looked good last week, even though Auburn's my number 1. So Arkansas is number 4. I'd say number 3 is probably South Carolina, even though they had a down game. They had a down game against Texas A&M last week, but they'll rebound, and then I think the University of Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Right.
Well, of course.
Guys, they dominated Rice. They fried Rice. They fried Rice last week, and I think that we'll see much more Chinese food to come from the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Boy, well said. I'm sorry about that artificial turf thing. I'm gonna let that go.
Well, guys, you win some, you lose some, but this is a big loss for the University of Notre Dame. The University of Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Well said, Lou. Good to see you again, buddy. Thanks for making time to be with us.
Guys, I love being here. I'll see you guys in 6 months.
Always a pleasure.
Dr. Lou has weighed in for the second time this season. So I'm sure a lot of you are just waiting for his picks and for his commentary. And Dr. Lou is done for another week. Thank you, buddy.
There you have it.
Thank you, Lou.
Guys, it was good being with you, and I'll see you here either next week or the following week or 1 week down the road, maybe Christmas.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.